Title: 16 to 261, The Whispering Archive. In a not-so-distant future, a government facility loomed over the outskirts of a quiet town, blending into the fog like a ship lost at sea. To the townspeople of Norton Hollow, the SCP Foundation was nothing but urban legend. Most dismissed it as local lore, mumbling about strange lights and eerie sounds that filled the night air. But for Lily, an ambitious teen with a penchant for the paranormal, it was the ultimate mystery, one she was determined to uncover. One moonless night, armed with nothing but a battered flashlight and a growing sense of dread, Lily embarked on a mission to explore the infamous SCP facility. She'd heard whispers from classmates about SCP-16261, a mysterious entity known as the Whispering Archive. As she navigated the overgrown pathways, she felt an inexplicable pull toward the building, as if the very ground beneath her reacted to her resolve. The facility was surrounded by a barbed wire fence, but rumors spoke of a hidden entrance left unguarded, an oversight the Foundation hadn't yet rectified. After some frantic searching, she found a rusty hatch partially buried in the mud. Breathing heavily, she pried it open, the squeal of metal sending shivers down her spine. Once inside, she descended into a dimly lit corridor slick with dampness. The air was thick, almost stifling, as she ventured deeper into the belly of the Foundation. Her flashlight flickered uncertainly, but determination urged her forward. She would find room 16 to 261. She would uncover the truth. The deeper she went, the more otherworldly the atmosphere became. Shadows danced along the walls, seeming to whisper secrets she couldn't quite hear. Her heart raced, but she pressed on, curiosity gnawing at her. At last, she arrived at a reinforced door, a plaque reading, SCP-16261, glaring at her like a warning. With a hesitant breath, she turned the cold handle and stepped inside. The room was simple and stark, with shelves reaching to the ceiling, filled with books that appeared ancient, their spines cracked and dust-laden. Yet, the unsettling thing was the absence of any visible light source. As she walked into the room, a chill swept over her, and the whispering began, not like voices, but more akin to rustling leaves, fading in and out, creating an almost harmonious melody. She felt her mind begin to dull and her heart thud painfully in her chest. "Help me." The voice was faint but clear amidst the cacophony of whispers. It wrapped around her mind like cold fingers, stirring feelings of despair and longing. Startled, she froze, her flashlight dancing wildly across the shelves, illuminating the books that seemed to pulse with life. "Who's there?" she called, her voice shaking but defiant. The whispers distorted into a low hum, then settled again. "Help me," the voice repeated, louder now, echoing in her skull. It was a plea intertwined with an unbearable sorrow. Driven by a mix of fear and heightened adrenaline, Lily moved deeper into the room, her instincts screaming for her to retreat. On the central desk lay a tome bigger than the others, its pages fluttering as if breathing. She reached out to touch it, and the moment her fingers brushed its surface, the voices crescendoed. She felt every emotion trapped within the confines of those musty words: fear, suffering, decay. Suddenly, images flashed before her eyes. A figure, tiny and curled, emotionless eyes pleading from within dark shadows. "Don't let them take me," it whispered. Screams began to echo in the chamber, layers of voices supplementing the dismal ambiance. Panic surged through Lily, and she staggered backward, desperate to break contact. But something within the room started to pulse, a heart of its own that was drawing her back in, demanding her attention. "Help me." The voice swelled to a thunderous cry, and the pages of the tome flicked wildly as the shadows danced across the walls. Within the chaos, Lily caught sight of fleeting faces, formless and dark, gliding through the corners of her vision. Realization hit her with the weight of a ton. SCP-16261 wasn't just an entity. It was a collector, an archive of lost souls trapped between worlds, their anguish interwoven within the pages she had so foolishly touched. Gritting her teeth, she turned to flee. The whispers morphed into a wailing torrent, dragging at her consciousness, filling her with dread. "Stay, forever, join us?" With tears streaming down her cheeks, Lily fought her way back through the door, convinced that the only path to freedom lay behind her. She slammed the door shut, her heart pounding as she sprinted through the corridor, eager to escape its suffocating grasp. Bursting out of the hatch into the damp night air, she collapsed, gasping for breath. As she looked back at the facility, the lights flickered ominously once more, whispers echoing in the distance. Though she had escaped, the feeling of something cold pressing against her mind remained. The SCP Foundation had many secrets, but 16-261 would forever haunt her. A single thought lurked in her mind. Perhaps the archive didn't want her to leave. Perhaps it would always whisper in the shadows of her conscience. With every glance at the darkened facility, Lily knew it wasn't really over. Not yet.